Oh, hello and welcome to Pop Will Shoot Itself. I'm Danann Breathnach. I'm the kind of guy who likes to bring people together through music. I'm going to be driving you through this week's show, revealing all there is to know about the selected artist, the single and the video. You know, I've had one of the most famous and fabulously savvy women in the world in the back of this motor. Ooh. No, not you, love. Aww. Yes, this week we're going to be taking a peek under Madonna's bonnet. I'm going to be giving the music video a good seeing to, and if you're lucky, we're going to take a good nosy peek at the contents of her glove compartment. You know, I can see what you're doing back there, guys. Please just use the divider. Hey, I'm paying you good money to do a job here. So, can we, like, go now? Yeah, thank you very much. The video for music was placed in the hands of Jonas Åkerlund. You know, a Swedish geezer. He also did the title video track for her previous album, Ray of Light.
That's the thing about Madonna. She's a lady who knows what she wants. I must admit, we had real trouble satisfying her craving for jellied eels. You just can't get them anyway in LA.
But did you know that Åkerlund is the same cool cat who directed Jamiroquai's Canned Heat? Smack My Bitch Up for the Prodigy?
Smack my bitch up!
And my favourite game for his fellow Swedes, the Cardigans. Cool, eh? Though he did cut his teeth in a couple of rock set videos at the beginning, but, you know, moving swiftly on. Driver, I said, moving swiftly on. You're doing okay, girl. You keep doing that. That's nice. That video was shot in Los Angeles in May 2000, a couple of months before the single was released, because, you know, she was pregnant at the time. Yeah. But did you know that Madonna concealed her baby bump simply by sitting down and being swathed in big white fur? Hey, Mr. DJ, put a record on, I wanna dance with my baby. That ever-expanding baby bump put a strict limit on Madonna's well-renowned heavy workload. Indeed, Åkerlund originally thought he'd be overseeing a completely animated video on account of Madonna being with child. But Madonna wanted a physical role in that video. And what Madonna wants, Madonna gets.
It was her husband Guy that came to the rescue. He had some contacts in the East End of London and sorted us out with a good fishmonger.
Did you know that Madonna's two friends who appear in the video are Nikki Harris, one of Madonna's long-term backing singers, and Debbie Mazar, who began her career as Madonna's makeup artist back in the 80s. Yeah. But did you know that Debbie said the video is a spoof of what all rappers do in their videos? You know, using tons of gold and having strippers, except that they get away with it. It was Debbie who first brought voguing to the former Mr. Coney's attention, you know. And she's appeared in many Madonna videos, including Papa Don't Preach. Actually, you should have a listen to her own preaching papa, Leslie Griffiths, Methodist minister.
Madonna. Music makes the people come together, never gonna stop. Music makes the bourgeoisie and the rebel, never gonna stop. I have to say that this video by Madonna, I just didn't like. I just feel that the only thing that I was aware of that she was trying to say in this song was that music is a common denominator, it brings people together. But for what? The only for what that was on offer, or what was in evidence in this particular video, was simple kind of roll in the hay kind of stuff. I mean, you know, I'm not afraid of sex, and I'm not afraid of exploring sexual motifs and themes, all those things, but that's amongst the most precious stuff in human life. If you're going to portray the preciousness of coming together, then show that it can be a little deeper than the kind of self-indulgent, rather mawkish, self-gratifying togetherness that was on display in this video. I preached a sermon on her in my church, a bit simplistic and dismissive. I've since learned that for women, she is a role model that's very precious. And that in fact women need people like Madonna to help them to realize that they're not necessarily trapped in the stuff that keeps them down. But none of that makes me like her music.
You know, 2000 was a great year for the Material Girl, what with the birth of the music album and the music single, and of course, her second child, Rocco. The single was released in September, around the same time that the movie Snatch was being premiered. You know, Snatch. So I said, Madge, you know what? You gotta come over here to England. That's where it's at. Get yourself a hot young British director, I don't know, Sting and his missus. They're good at hooking people up. And then have a baby and get the funniest young British comedian to appear in your video. Then you are set. So Madge, she comes straight up to me, she looks me directly in the eye and she says, "What are you doing in my house, you nutter?" Security? I'm telling you, girl.
When the music starts, I never wanna stop. It's gonna drive me crazy.
Thank you. Yep, Big Daddy Breathnach here. What can I do for you? Oh, Madge. Yeah. Mrs. Ritchie. Oh, I forget all the time, Madge. What? What makes you think that? Oh, your security recognised the car. Yeah. Of course I'll tell the driver that we can't come in 200 yards of the house. If we drive by again, that is. That Madonna. She doesn't like you, does she, sir? Yeah, I will tell them about the armed security. These windows are bulletproof, aren't they? Okay, can we drive away from here very quickly indeed? Sorry, Madge, gotta go. That was Madge. Bit of a headache, you know what I mean? Temperamental superstar. Might call around next week, you know? Driver, step on it, yeah? So, awaiting a child with Guy Ritchie, Madonna came across Ali G, also known as Sacha Baron Cohen. You know the one. Is it 'cause I is Blick? He's great, I love him. You know, Ali G was massive over here, you might recall, but in the States, sure, no one knew who he was. You know what though? Cohen's comic creations soon tickled their chuckle buttons. You know, he was improvising gags throughout the shoot and stuff. What a geezer. You know, all that exposure led to Ali G fronting the 2001 MTV Europe Music Awards. Booyakasha! And all that. He's not even black! Oi, I'm paying you to do a job here. Can we, move on now? Thank you very much.
Has either of you two been to England? Do you want to see the real Big Ben?
Oh yeah, Mr. G. Yeah, he was a great driver. He seemed to know where he was going, and he had his parallel parking down to a T. Although I did have trouble understanding what on earth he was saying at times.
It's like riding on the wind and it never goes away. Pictures everything I'm in, got to have it every day.
And did you know that Madonna and Ackland worked on a variety of ideas before they came up with a party theme? And it was together they opted to go with the limo, driving around, picking up girls, having a good time. And the split screen, the graphics, they were used to get a 70s effect. You know, described by Madonna as ghetto fabulous. And she's not even Blick either. Do you know that Ackland told me that Madonna is one of the best clients he's ever worked with. He has told me, Big Daddy Breathnach, that she strives harder than any other artist he's filmed. So he can see that maybe she might blow up if she thinks someone's being lazy. And as for you, driver, I want a little bit more effort in those gear changes, yeah?
Not the laugh, not the hee-hee, but the look, no hands.
I don't care if it's an automatic. Look, no hands. Of course, Madonna being Madonna, mixing business and pleasure, she's going to be working with her husband again on love, sex, drugs and money. Which of course is the title to their new movie. Hey! Ah yeah, that reminds me. I'm putting a film together myself. It's a little home-produced affair, if you know what I mean. There's a role in it I think you'd be perfect for if you want to get involved. Yeah? Do you?
Pull over, mate.
Get involved? Oh! Ah! Oi, sis! Tell Mum I'll be home at 9, yeah?
Mum says you've got to be in at 8.
Oh. Okay, driver, you know what to do. Move on. Hey, hey! Oi! So, can we, like, go now? Oi! Please?